Hi there, good morning. And first of all, thank you so much. I have 32 subscribers, and I can't tell you how amazing that is for me. And I thank each and every one of you, and for your wonderful comments. If I don't comment right away, I certainly will, because they mean a great deal. And we have connected on some sort of emotional level. The reason that I'm doing this one is to sort of cover the scientific part of addiction, and I'm taking it from my own notes. Addiction can be positive and beneficial. Some people get addicted to going to the gym. Some people are addicted passively to television or games. But other ones obviously are disruptive if you're addicted to drugs or alcohol. In the 1950s, the first evidence of a reward centre in the brain was published in 1954. Then they had experiments involving rats, and that ascertained that the stimulation of certain areas of the brain produced pleasure, noting that the rats would press a lever countless times in order to repeat the stimulus. This is known as operant conditioning. Physiology is important in the study of behaviour and sensory learning processes, where the brain sends signals as a reaction to stress or to drugs or alcohol. The brain, part of the central nervous system, comprises many nerve cells or neurons which communicate with each other in response to stimulus or stress. A neurotransmitter is a chemical messenger, and it is released by one cell and recognised by another, allowing the flow of information across a synapse, which is a small gap separating neurons. In the brain's motivation and reward centre, natural neurotransmitters are released when we experience pleasure, and this is through alcohol or drugs. Therefore, neurotransmitters play a very important part in addiction. Some cells release more and the chemicals are picked up by receptors, which are also recognition sites. According to Cooper in 1996, depending on the transmitter, the receiving postsynaptic neurons will either be excited or inhibited. One of the main neurotransmitters released is dopamine, and it travels to different parts of the brain. The amygdala deals with emotions, and the hippocampus deals with the formation of memory. Therefore, the experience is remembered and the desire is there to repeat whatever caused the pleasure. In some individuals, for example, social drinkers, the shift in neurotransmitters level is temporary, so they return to normal. In others, though, their brains experience a large surge of neurotransmitters, producing a pleasurable high, which makes them want to repeat the experience, i.e. alcoholics. In a person who has become addicted, receptors try to quieten the system, becoming overwhelmed, and the brain produces less dopamine. The amount of the substance taken is no longer as effective. Therefore, more has to be taken to get the same effect, and that's tolerance. Physiology is altered by repeated positive reinforcement through permanent synaptic change, so the results of addiction are hard to avoid. According to Gross his huge book, 2005, any addicted person is compelled by a physiological need to continue the drug of choice, as stopping this substance will lead to very unpleasant withdrawal symptoms. Physical withdrawal can lead to delirium tremens, seizures, and it's extremely harmful. Chronic usage has harmful long-term effects and changes the individual psychologically very negatively, as well as harming themselves. They may harm others as well. So it suggests that even after a long time, and I mean a very long time, the memory is still there. And if the substance is taken again, the person goes right back into the cycle of addiction. And I have seen this many, many hundreds of times in people. As I said in the last video, 20 years, someone lifts a drink and they cannot stop. So your brain never recovers, the memory is always there. And I hope that clarifies some of the questions. I know it's difficult to understand, it really is. And I didn't understand what I was doing and why I was doing it, but physiologically I had a need that continued. Thanks very much. If anybody's struggling, please get help, because it won't get any better. You'll lose so much. Family, jobs, and you'll end up losing your life. And nobody should have to do that because they are suffering from an illness that can be arrested one day at a time. Thank you so much for listening. Much love to you all. Bye.